My name is Judy Abbott, and I'm representing Save Native Sites. We are a grassroots organization promoting awareness of our region's Native history and culture. We are the host for today's program, and we have Tiokasin Ghosthorse with us, and I will let him speak for himself.
Hi, Tiokasin Ghosthorse, and from the Lakota people in South Dakota, and I'm here to try to discern this language I speak and my language of Lakota, and how that would seemingly unite us, but actually when we speak Lakota there is no separation, and there's no I, me, my, mine, or ours, and no domination in our language. So in fact you cannot really translate much, because it is one that our language has no nouns, and when you have no nouns, there's no need for concepts or an alphabet. There's understanding the energy that's around us, and that's where the intuitive value of how we feel rather than how we think comes into play. And I think that's one thing that we all are born with, but we're programmed away from understanding. And with that, I do know, and I don't believe it, I do know that there is a time, and coming at this time, when we will all begin to understand that as babies, and we need to mature with that once we understand it.
Because, like Columbus, Henry Hudson, when he came here, found Native people living here, and they were the Esopus munci, and they lived much the same way that had lived for hundreds of years. They fished and hunted, they foraged for berries and nuts, and they grew corn, beans, and squash, as well as tobacco in the fertile lowlands around here. And they lived with earth, and it was in a sharp contrast to the incoming colonists and speculators who saw only timber instead of trees, property instead of land, and savages to be exploited instead of people. The native people who had welcomed Henry Hudson were soon killed or driven west and north to places like Wisconsin, Kansas, Oklahoma, Ontario, Canada. And in mission schools, they were severely punished, the children were severely punished for even speaking their own language. It was all but lost until a few elders decided to revive the language. Language is vital to who we are and our understanding of each other and our shared humanity. We are, after all related.
So thank you, Judy and Jadina and House Right Angles, right? And thanks to the earth, and thanks to the Muncie and the people that lived here, still live here, and will be here in the future also, because it's part of our prophecy that the consciousness of who we are, not were, but who we are as Native people survives and comes through you. And I say that because it's a connected prophecy throughout the world, where you have been, the people who came overseas have been eating our ancestors for so long, since 1492. You've been eating us. And it's taken this long for what I perceive is the world understanding the consciousness that we have as Native people, because now the hearts are turned towards protecting, understanding Mother Earth. The minds are still not turned yet. We're still in the box of sentimentalism about how to protect property and what your Western people have won in their war. So it is that consciousness that stops the war against the earth, because that's what it's all about. I'm speaking a word language, the language of English, because I know that. When I speak Lakota, it's a separation. When I speak English, I have to separate, isolate myself, and talk in I's, and me's, and mine's, and mine, and ours. I have to talk in those contexts, and then try to find concepts to convey the first lessons that I was given by her. She said, yeah, you were well behaved in the womb. And first lesson that I was taught was patience. So I came out with that idea, a feeling of patience, being able to understand a little bit more that I needed to listen. Anagopta, which is to hear from underneath to the earth, because that would be what gets me through this. It gets me through what is called America, how to survive America. And once I begin that, it all comes to the mind, and it feels disconnected to everything, because it's about the individual. The I is a noun in English, and whereas if we said things in Lakota, the I, which is really not there in the old language, would have to be a relationship, would have to be that the I becomes a verb. So the I is a verb, and we are no longer objects or subjects, which I am in English, I, because I have a social security number, and I have an ID, and I have all these things that says I'm somebody, and it also even goes to what you do is who you are, which is not true. Because if we lose that first given identification by the earth, you'll never be forgotten, which is true, she will never forget you. But it's in the language that I remember that maybe that's what we're doing, is forgetting about the earth first. Tokahe makai, to speak of, to think of, to feel of, to be understanding of that earth speaks first, and that is our mother, that's our oldest ancestor. So something I forgot to do this morning, but it is within the chante, the heart that I have, to ask the earth first. Tokahe, that means like the first, but it really means more than that. Is to ask the earth first for what I need to say. How can I convey what I'm feeling for since that time when I was in my mother's womb? How do I carry that consistently and to be generous with it, to be consistently generous with that way of being, not so much thinking as men's. Men or men's means to think, or to think like a male. So when we're thinking like males. So that leaves the earth out most of all. So we speak a patriarchal language. And when I'm speaking this patriarchal language, I feel that I have to be dominant and aggressive and know more than you, and qualify myself with the quantity of knowledge and information that I contain in the rote, in the memory. And so the more degrees I have, the more experiences I have in institutional educational processes, the more I feel or I think that I know more than you. And that gives way to the more property I own, the more money I have, the better access I have to having domination over you. And therefore I speak in the languages of domination and war, where in the original Lakota language there is no domination, there is no concept of domination, there is not even the word.